I've got the Rotora big brake kits for the 2021 and up F-150. These are Rotora's 8 piston calipers, and gotta say, they are absolutely huge.
It's not just big, it's huge!
What's going on, Team Lethal fans? It's Joe here with Lethal Performance, and today I've got the Rotora big brake kits for the 2021 and up F-150. Now, I currently have the front set setting up here, but we do have the rear seg to go along with this to make it a matching pair on the truck. And specifically, this is going to be going on our 2021 Whipple Supercharged F-150, which, as you guys know, that truck is a 10-second truck, and it certainly could use some upgraded brakes on it. So let's go ahead and start breaking these kits down, show you guys what we're going to be installing on the truck here, and then of course show you why you're going to want to upgrade the brakes on your truck. So now that we got a couple components outside of the box, you can truly see what we're working with here. We've got Rotora's huge front rotor here. We've got one of their huge front calipers here, and then we've also got a rear caliper here for scale, which of course still is pretty large and is no joke. Not only do these brakes work amazing, they look amazing. I mean, Rotora spends a ton of time getting their quality control and their finishes just absolutely perfect on these kits, and I can tell you right now, just based off of what I'm seeing here and how their kit is constructed, it's going to be well worth your money to spend. Now let's go ahead and start talking about some of the technical specs here, starting off with the front end kit, which is going to include this 405 by 36 millimeter two-piece rotor. Now this rotor here is specific with their drilled instead of slotted, and we'll talk about that in a second here, but this is a huge piece. Not to mention, like I said previously, it is a two-piece rotor, meaning that this little hat section here is going to be separated from this rotor here to help with better heat expansion as well as cooling. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the front calipers in the kit here. These are Rotora's 8 piston calipers, and gotta say, they are absolutely huge. I mean, it's looking like something that you'd see on like a semi truck or something like that. So I can't wait to get in this truck and feel the power of the brakes. When you slam them on, this thing is going to stop on a dime. All of Rotora's calipers are made out of a forged 2024 T6 aluminum. The brackets themselves that attach the brake rotors to the spindles themselves are made out of 7075 T6 forged aluminum. Now to cruise back a little bit, these are their drilled rotors. Now they do have an option, regardless of the kit, to have either drilled or slotted rotors. And now of course that's going to totally depend on your application and what you're going to be using the truck for, as well as what you prefer to see on the truck. A lot of the times it's, you know, what you prefer to see on the truck. Some people actually dig the drilled look a lot more than the slotted look. That's all a personal option, but there is a lot of science behind it as to why you're going to want to get drilled or slotted depending on what you use the truck for. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time to really talk the scientifics of it. I will say though that we chose the drilled version here simply because we found that it works a lot better for our application and for what we're going to be doing with the truck. Now with the rear kit, Rotora supplies these with the 380 by 32 millimeter rotor, which is also a two-piece rotor as well as a drilled rotor, just like the front was. As far as the rear caliper goes, they supply them with a 4-piston caliper instead of the fronts having an 8-piston caliper. The rear calipers are made from the same 2024 T6 forged aluminum that the fronts are. The brackets are made out of that same 7075 T6 that the front brackets are as well. And of course, just like the front kit, it comes with stainless steel lines and all the necessary hardware that you are going to need to install it on your truck. As you can see, these calipers here are finished in their light metallic blue, which is going to go perfectly as a nice aesthetic touch on our lethal black and blue truck. And for me, the best part about any of Rotora's kits is that they all are compatible with the traction control, ABS system, and stability control systems in the trucks. So when you're installing all of these brakes here, you're gonna have no error lights, no relearns, no changes in any of the tuning to anything in the truck's computers whatsoever. Now, of course, Rotora throws in all the necessary hardware and directions that you need to install these on the truck, and they throw in some stainless steel DOT rated brake lines, which are a nice touch and make sure that the truck is 100% legal. Overall, Rotora makes a big brake kit here, super simple to install on your truck with all the necessary hardware and components given to you right out of the hole so that you don't have to go out and piece everything out separately. Another cool thing with these brakes is that Rotora makes the calipers pretty much fully customizable with a large selection of different colors and finishes that you can get on these brakes here for your or custom look on your truck, whatever it may be. Now, I know it's hard to justify spending all this money on a big brake kit because a lot of the times the stock brake system does seem to suffice for the situation. However, it's something that, especially if you have a high horsepower truck or you do haul a lot of stuff with and do carry a lot of weight with your truck, it's something important to have good stopping power. I know for a fact when Jared was driving our F-150 down the drag strip trying to crack out those 10-second time, the brakes were getting really freaking hot and he was having a hard time stopping the truck at the end of that quarter mile. As you guys know, 10 seconds ain't no slouch. Even a low 11 isn't a slouch when it comes down to a 6,500 pound vehicle doing it. Now that I've pretty much overviewed Rotora, I'm getting pretty excited here. Let's go ahead and get these puppies installed on the F-150.